What's up, everybody? It's Tom Bojack, and I think it's a little dance time. Alright, guys. Honestly, by this point, you guys probably have either seen TNA Turning Point, watched someone else's review video, or at least read the results somewhere. So I didn't really want to talk too much about the whole pay-per-view. I did want to talk about the aspect that things went on that we all pretty much called, but we hoped wouldn't happen, but they still did. In the whole aspect that Sting's still champion, Eric Young is the #1 contender for the X Division title. Didn't think that should have happened like that, but really the whole thing is, I'll put up the results in the description box, so you guys can check out the whole description if you guys haven't read it somewhere, like I believe you probably already have. But anyways, I did want to comment on the fact of a drunken Scott Hall and ICP being in the audience and TNA playing as if they didn't know what was going on. When I just clearly read that TNA did know what was going on in every aspect. They set the seats aside for them and knew they were coming, but regardless, it still did piss off some of the wrestlers, especially Rhino. He believes that he could have had a better match had they not been there, but who knows? It's Rhino, you know what I mean? Regardless. But anyways, I did want to give you guys a bit of wrestling news, so I'm going to start things off and saying that Johnny Devine is getting a WWE tryout on December 22nd. Okay, someone who botches moves and hurts people such as Jimmy Rave is actually getting a chance with WWE. I don't understand it at all. He's going to be appearing as Johnny Ace. I think it's ridiculous. He's not offering WWE much of anything. WWE is releasing other wrestlers with so much more talent than Johnny Devine could dream of having. So, why? Why, WWE? Why are you doing this? Can I get an answer somewhere? Leave me a comment, something. Anyways, that's going to bring me to the release of 2 more wrestlers, guys. WWE has let 2 more people go. As you know, a few days ago, they released Paul London and Chuck Palumbo. Chuck Palumbo, who cares? But Paul London, he's got oodles and oodles of talent. With this, I at least hope, getting out of this, that we're going to see Paul London do a stint in TNA, or at least go back to Ring of Honor. I would love to see him back at Ring of Honor, where he came up and really, made a name for himself. Paul London, in the beginnings of, he was there at the get-go of Ring of Honor when the company was coming up, and he did really, really big things. God, he put on some good matches. But I would love to see him do that. The other person the other 2 people they released was Kenny Dykstra and Elijah Burke. Kenny Dykstra, he's another one of the, Chuck Palumbo, they released him, but it doesn't really matter much. But the other person, Elijah Burke, yes, that's another the Paul London, oodles of talent. Why are they getting rid of people like this? Like I said, I would love to see Elijah Burke come over to TNA or Ring of Honor. In TNA, he's probably, just as Paul London, probably not going to get much of anything, maybe a short push, and that's going to be about it. And then, they're not so big, or as big on the X Division as they should be, or like they were, but at least to see him get some airtime and put on some good matches. I would love to see either of these wrestlers come over. It would be big for the companies. So, TNA, ROH, pick these guys up. WWE, I'm sorry you missed out. You lost some good talent. But regardless of that, that's going to lead me to my other thing to talk about. TNA bringing over big people and then doing nothing with them. TNA has just acquired some really, really good, talent from other countries in Doug Williams, Tanahashi, and Valador. I mean, come on, like, honestly, what are you doing? Tanahashi, someone who carried a belt in the last year from a company who, you know, has so much prestige to him. He held the title. He's so over in Japan. Hell, he's over here. You know, people know who he is. People are popping for him. They know what he's done in his career, and you're bringing him over. And I knew he wasn't going to win the X Division seeding match, but he's been at a house show and 2 TNA Impact tapings, and he's jobbing. What the fuck? Why is TNA jobbing out someone who has talent and has so many things on his record? Why? Same with Doug Williams. Why? But anyways, that's TNA right now. That's what they're doing, and I might not respect it, but I'm still tuning in to watch it, so why bitch about it, I guess. The last thing, Christian Cage, and everyone, you know, has been, you know, reading the stipulations and reading, you know, these little inside, you know, things about what he's going to do. Is he going to stay with TNA and re-sign a contract next month, or is he going to jump ship and go back to WWE? I, for one, hope he does jump ship and come back to WWE. Christian Cage came over to TNA solely to put guys that don't have such a big name over, and now, instead of doing that, he's jobbing out to people that have a name, you know what I mean, or at least believe they have a name, or are known wrestlers, and it fathoms me, because TNA, like I said, has all this talent, and they're just letting it go to waste. So I really do hope he jumps ship and goes back to WWE. Hopefully he gets that title that he deserved for so long, especially the last year and a half, 2 years of his career in WWE. He deserved that heavyweight title. So, and if not right from the get-go, like, it probably won't be a get-go thing, but at least we'll see a great Edge and Christian reunion, or maybe an Edge and Christian feud. Regardless, both of them will be phenomenal. Plus, they could put on really good matches between Christian and Orton, or you know, like, it's really endless. You know, Christian and MVP. You know, Christian and Jericho. They could do so much, and hopefully he realizes that and does come back to the WWE. So all that aside, that was my little bit of news and everything. Like I said, I'll put the results to the turning point in the description box, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I actually might have a special co-host on the next edition of my show, Miss Felicia Bojack. She might be sitting right next to me talking about some wrestling, guys. But anyways, guys, until next time, remember, Bojack loves you.